My name is Dennis, and I have MSA. It's multiple system atrophy, which means many systems in your body work automatically like your blood pressure, and that's what's wrong with me.
And what else does it control? Is it a part? Is it the actual nucleus of the cells that doesn't function anymore, or is it a part of the brain? And
Part of the brain, the cerebellum,
what does the cerebellum control?
balance, coordination, walking,
So everything that we just do naturally, you have to work
everything
really
that
hard.
the average person does easily, like speaking. They don't have to think about it and walking, they just do it. When you have Parkinson's or MSA, you have to think about it, everything, and you do it with intent.
How does MSA differ from Parkinson's?
Parkinson, you have tremors. MSA, you don't have to have any tremors. But I do have some, very few tremors.
So the most difficult thing, is it the balance, would you say?
Well, last year, 6 months ago, I went to the neurologist. She did a testing, which a neurologist does, and says within a year I won't be able to walk.
So that's why you go to all your classes, so you can continue to keep up your strength as much as possible?
Yes.
And you found the boxing class thanks to my friend Amy.
It's called Rock Steady Boxing.
Yep. And you were very happy she recommended that.
Yes, it's a wonderful program.
I wonder if they have that all over the country.
They do.
Oh, okay, so that would be something I guess you'd highly recommend.
Yes.
It's a good support group and it keeps you strong. We're currently filming this in 2025, and I wanted to know, what year did you first start noticing some odd symptoms that had you concerned?
2014. I used to play golf twice a week, and I would get dizzy playing, and I stood up and sat down in the cart. And the doctor, I went to the cardiologist, and he said that I had low blood pressure, and he gave me some medicine for it. The medicine was worse than having the blood pressure problem.
Because you had high blood pressure before this.
Yeah, 50 years.
But the cardiologist didn't diagnose you with MSA.
No, he didn't diagnose me. And the general practitioner was just no use. He didn't diagnose me either. And then we hit COVID in 2020, and I couldn't find I went to an endocrinologist in between. And when I went to see her, I went to see her about the low blood pressure. And my pressure was 180 something. And she laughed at me.
So low blood pressure?
Yeah. So then then it was because of COVID, I had a very difficult time finding neurologists. And finally in 2020, I got an appointment at the neurology clinic at GBMC, Greater Borough Medical Center. And he diagnosed, I forgot part of it.
What did he diagnose you
I
with?
went to
GBMC.
ENT first, and I had paralyzed vocal cord, and he said he thought it might be Parkinson's, to go see a neurologist. So when I finally got an appointment with a neurologist, he was general, and he sent me to a movement specialist at Hopkins. And she said I had something called MSA, multiple system atrophy, because all my systems are, besides the blood pressure, my eyes are affected, my muscles and weakness, and walking and talking were affected. I was diagnosed permanently by having an MRI of my brain, which showed cells that don't belong in the cerebellum.
Oh, okay.
And that's what was the way she was able to.
And then did she start you on any medications?
She said there is no medication for it.
So what did she prescribe for you to do?
Nothing. All she told me is that if I was 20 years younger, I'd be dead.
And why's that?
It's terminal. So at my age, I'll probably live another 20 years, maybe. Most people with MSA die of swallowing disorders.
So do you do things for your swallowing that helps you keep it
Speech
working
therapy
well?
every day works on that. Called the Parkinson Speak Out program, which is very effective in controlling swallowing and reduce a lot of saliva. And because my swallowing reflex is poor, it's in my mouth, and it's very annoying.
And your
I
tongue is
drool.
losing its muscle. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so the vocal cords and then the tongue.
And lips. That's why he slurs his speech.
Well, didn't you see occupational therapy as well?
I did occupational therapy, which gave me some tools to use to get out of bed and to turn over and things like that, but it wasn't doing very much.
What is something that you wish more people knew about MSA?
I wish they knew I couldn't help having this disease and how bad it is to your quality of life. Not being able to walk and to balance issues, it's very, no life, quality of life at all.
It's been several years since you've had your diagnosis. What advice would you give to someone who is newly diagnosed with MSA?
Make sure that if you go to the proper kind of neurologist and exercise, don't sit still. Keep exercising. The disease is terminal. There is no medication for it. And you do the best you can every day